Every Sunday, you're given a choice. You can step into the new week carrying yesterday's clutter, or you can press reset and give yourself the gift of peace. Most seniors don't realize it, but clutter doesn't just sit on your shelves. It sits on your mind, raising your stress, stealing your energy, and even affecting your sleep. And here's the truth. Ignoring clutter on Sundays makes the whole week ahead feel heavier. But when you take just a little time to reset, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and more in control. In this video, I'll share the Sunday declutter routine that experts, and seniors like you, say transforms not just your home, but your mood, your health, and your entire week. Stay with me until the very end, because the last step I'll reveal is the one most people overlook, and it could be the key to making your Sundays truly restorative. Let me tell you about Edith, a 73-year-old grandmother who used to dread Sundays. Instead of feeling restful, her Sundays were filled with anxiety. She would sit at her kitchen table with a cup of tea, but her eyes kept darting to the piles of mail, the crowded counter, and the overflowing laundry basket nearby. By Sunday night, instead of feeling calm and ready for a new week, Edith felt drained and restless, as if the weight of the clutter had already stolen her Monday before it even began. Her story is not unusual. Studies show that clutter increases cortisol, the stress hormone, and that seniors living in cluttered spaces often report higher anxiety and lower quality of sleep. What Edith discovered, and what I want to share with you today, is that having a simple Sunday declutter routine can change everything. This routine isn't about spending your whole day cleaning or exhausting yourself. It's about carving out small, intentional moments to reset your home and, in turn, reset your spirit. Because the truth is, when your Sundays end in peace, your week begins with strength. And in 2025, with so many new challenges seniors face, that kind of strength is something none of us can afford to overlook. Edith told me that her Sunday mornings used to start with frustration the moment she walked through her front door. Shoes scattered everywhere, mail stacked on the table, and grocery bags she never got around to putting away. She said, "It felt like I was tripping into chaos instead of stepping into peace." The entryway might seem small, but it's powerful. It sets the tone for your entire home. Psychologists call this the first impression effect. Just like meeting a new person, your brain forms an emotional response within seconds of entering your space. If the first thing you see is clutter, your stress levels rise before you've even taken off your coat. So the first step in the Sunday routine is simple. Reset your entryway. Take 10 minutes to clear shoes, recycle junk mail, and hang up coats. Create one small, welcoming spot. A bowl for your keys, a basket for your shoes, maybe even a flower in a vase. Edith tried this one Sunday, and she was stunned. She said, "It felt like I was walking into a little oasis instead of another pile of chores." That's the power of an entryway reset. Tells your brain, this week will be calm, this week will be lighter. And that shift ripples into everything else you do. Edith laughed when she first admitted this to me. "I hadn't seen my kitchen counters in months. They were buried under papers, grocery bags, and random odds and ends." And she's not alone. Studies show that the kitchen is one of the top stress zones for older women, because it's the heart of the home but also the easiest place for clutter to pile up. Here's what the science says. Cluttered surfaces don't just look messy, they actually overwhelm the brain. Every object you see is a piece of information your mind tries to process, and when your kitchen counters are covered, your stress hormones spike. That's why even making a cup of tea can feel harder than it should. The Sunday clean sweep isn't about deep cleaning your whole kitchen. It's about giving yourself one visible victory. Take everything off the counters, wipe them down, and then only put back what you truly use daily. Your kettle, your favorite mug, a small basket for essentials. Everything else, find a proper home or let it go. When Edith did this, she told me she couldn't stop smiling. "For the first time in years, I had space to breathe while I cooked," she said. That simple act of clearing her counters gave her energy she didn't know she was missing. And every Sunday when she resets those counters, she starts her week with a fresh, calm foundation. Edith once confided in me, "I never realized how much my bedroom clutter was stealing my rest. I thought I was just getting older and sleep was supposed to be restless. But the truth is, clutter in the bedroom can deeply disrupt the way we sleep." Research shows that a cluttered bedroom leads to higher levels of anxiety, making it harder to relax at night. When your last sight before closing your eyes is piles of clothes, books, or unfinished tasks, your brain doesn't switch off. It keeps replaying that chaos. And poor sleep affects everything: your energy, your memory, even your mood. That's why the third step in the Sunday routine is the bedroom serenity sweep. Take 10 minutes before bed to clear your nightstand, fold or put away clothes, and remove anything that doesn't belong in the room. Focus especially on your bedside table. Make it a calm, uncluttered space that signals peace. A lamp, a glass of water, and maybe one book you're currently reading, that's all you really need. Edith tried this and noticed a remarkable difference. For the first time in years, I fell asleep without my mind racing, she said. The clutter was gone, and with it, so was the noise in her head. This step isn't just about a tidy bedroom. It's about giving your body permission to rest, so you wake up renewed instead of drained. Edith's daughter once teased her, "Mom, your living room looks like a garage sale exploded." She laughed it off, but deep down she knew it was true. The living room, meant to be a place of comfort, had become a dumping ground for newspapers, remote controls, blankets, and little trinkets gathered over the years. Here's what studies tell us. Visual clutter increases mental fatigue. When you sit down to rest, your brain can't relax if it's bombarded with unfinished tasks. Stacks of magazines whispering, "Read me," unopened mail demanding attention, or piles of objects reminding you to deal with this later. Instead of relaxing, your body stays on alert. The Sunday living room reset is about reclaiming that space for peace. Take 10 minutes to fold the blankets, stack the remotes in a small tray, recycle the old papers, and clear the coffee table. Even moving decorative items into balance, like keeping just one vase or one candle instead of 5, can restore calm. When Edith tried this, she noticed something unexpected. "I stopped avoiding my living room," she said. Before, it had felt overwhelming, but after her reset, she could finally sit down with her tea and actually enjoy the quiet. Her evenings became calmer, and she felt less guilty for taking time to rest. The living room is where many of us end the day. By resetting it on Sundays, you're choosing peace, clarity, and comfort as the backdrop for your evenings. Edith once sighed as she brushed her teeth, staring at the jumble of half-used lotions, expired pill bottles, and cluttered shelves in her bathroom. "No wonder I feel so overwhelmed in the mornings," she told me. The bathroom, meant to be a place of refreshment, was instead starting her day with stress. Science backs this up. Our brains crave order in the spaces where we begin and end our daily routines. A cluttered bathroom doesn't just look messy, it triggers stress before we've even had our morning coffee. And for older women, expired medications or old skincare products can pose real risks to health and safety. That's why the fifth step in the Sunday routine is the bathroom refresh. Take 15 minutes to toss expired medications, recycle empty containers, and wipe down the counters. Keep only the essentials you actually use daily. A toothbrush, a hairbrush, a moisturizer, maybe 1 or 2 products you truly love. Edith did this one Sunday and told me afterward, "It felt like I had a brand new bathroom, even though I didn't buy a thing." By refreshing her bathroom, she created a sense of calm and clarity that carried into her mornings all week long. The bathroom refresh isn't about perfection. It's about starting and ending each day in a space that feels clean, simple, and nurturing. Edith confessed once, "I don't even like cooking anymore. My counters are so full, I can't find space to chop an onion." And she wasn't alone. Many seniors tell me the same thing. The kitchen, the very heart of the home, slowly turns into a catch-all for mail, groceries, and used appliances, and clutter that doesn't belong there. But here's what research shows. Cluttered counters increase the likelihood of poor eating habits and stress. A Cornell University study found that women working in messy kitchens were more likely to snack impulsively and feel less in control of their choices. The state of your counters affects the state of your mind, and even your health. That's why the sixth step in the Sunday routine is the kitchen counter clear out. Take 10 to 20 minutes to clear everything off, wipe it down, and only put back what you actually use daily. Keep the toaster if you use it, a fruit bowl if it encourages healthy snacking, but remove the stacks of mail, broken gadgets, and unused appliances. When Edith tried this, she said, "I didn't realize how heavy those counters made me feel until they were empty. Now, I look forward to making my tea each morning." The kitchen counter clear-out is more than cleaning. It's about giving yourself back a sense of control and creating an environment where preparing food feels like a joy, not a burden. Edith once laughed, saying, "I have a closet full of clothes and still feel like I have nothing to wear." But behind her laugh was frustration. Each morning, she faced clothes that no longer fit, shoes that hurt her feet, and jackets she hadn't worn in decades. Instead of starting her day with ease, she began it with stress and self-doubt. This is common for older women. Studies in environmental psychology reveal that cluttered wardrobes can trigger decision fatigue, draining mental energy before the day even begins. And worse, it can lower confidence by surrounding you with reminders of clothes you can't or don't wear anymore. That's why the 7th step in the Sunday routine is the closet reset for confidence. Pick a small section, just one shelf or one rod, and sort through it. Keep only the clothes that fit comfortably, make you feel good, and reflect who you are today. Place them where they're easy to reach. Bag up the rest to donate or store out of sight. Edith took this step one Sunday afternoon. She set aside 3 outfits she loved, simple, flattering, and easy. The next morning she said, "I didn't waste time or energy. I felt lighter, and I walked out the door smiling." The closet reset isn't about fashion. It's about confidence, dignity, and starting each day with clothes that make you feel like the best version of yourself. Edith sighed one afternoon as she pointed to the mountain of papers on her dining table. Bills, old letters, newspapers, receipts. They had all gathered like uninvited guests. She admitted, "I don't even eat at the table anymore. I just sit in the kitchen because looking at that pile makes me feel overwhelmed." This is something many seniors quietly struggle with. Research from UCLA's Center on Everyday Lives of Families showed that paper clutter is one of the biggest sources of stress in the home, especially for women. Each pile represents unfinished business and whispers, "You should have done this already." That constant reminder fuels anxiety and forgetfulness. That's why the 8th step in the Sunday routine is the paper pile purge. Instead of tackling every stack in one sitting, choose one small pile, just one. Sort it into 3 simple categories. To do, to keep, to toss. Place bills or letters that require action in a basket labeled to do. Important documents go into to keep, and everything else, expired coupons, old flyers, outdated statements, go straight into the recycling bin. When Edith tried this, she discovered an unpaid bill hidden under old catalogs. She told me, "It scared me to think I could have missed something so important. But once I sorted it out, the weight on my shoulders lifted instantly." The paper pile purge is not just about organization. It's about protecting your peace of mind, your focus, and even your financial security. Edith's living room used to be her favorite place. It was where she welcomed friends, watched her shows, and enjoyed her evening tea. But over the years, it became a storage space. Magazines on the coffee table, knitting projects on every chair, extra blankets piled high. She admitted, "I started avoiding the living room. It didn't feel relaxing anymore." And Edith isn't alone. Studies in environmental psychology have shown that cluttered living areas increase feelings of tension and lower our ability to truly rest. A messy living room doesn't just look crowded, it makes the mind feel crowded too. That's why step 9 in the Sunday routine is the living room reset. This doesn't mean redecorating or buying new furniture. It simply means returning the space to what it was meant to be, a place of comfort, connection, and calm. Start by clearing the coffee table. Keep only 1 or 2 meaningful items, like a vase of flowers or a framed photo. Next, tidy up seating areas. Fold blankets, put away projects, and make sure every chair invites someone to sit. Finally, clear pathways so walking through the room feels easy and safe. When Edith did her reset, she told me, "I sat down in my chair, and for the first time in years, I actually felt at peace. It reminded me of when my children were young, and we gathered here without all the clutter in the way. The living room reset isn't about making things perfect. It's about making space for joy, conversation, and rest again. Edith once confessed something to me that broke my heart. She said, "I don't sleep well anymore, and I think it's because my bedroom feels more like a storage unit than a sanctuary. Clothes draped over chairs, books stacked on the floor, jewelry scattered on the dresser." Her mind couldn't rest because her space didn't rest. And science backs her up. Studies from the National Sleep Foundation reveal that people who sleep in cluttered bedrooms are more likely to experience restless nights, increased stress, and even insomnia. Our brains associate clutter with unfinished tasks, and that mental weight follows us to bed. That's why the final step in the Sunday routine is the Bedroom Peace Project. This is not about perfection or creating a magazine-style bedroom. It's about creating calm, one small choice at a time. Start with your nightstand. Remove everything except what you truly need. A lamp, your glasses, maybe one book. Clear clothes from chairs and fold or hang them where they belong. Finally, smooth out your bedding, so your bed itself feels like an invitation to rest. When Edith tried this, she told me, "That night I fell asleep faster than I had in months. It felt like my bedroom was finally on my side, instead of fighting me." The Bedroom Peace Project reminds us of something powerful. Decluttering isn't just about a tidy room. It's about honoring yourself with a space that gives you the gift of rest. And there you have it, your complete Sunday declutter routine. 10 gentle, focused steps that don't just clear space in your home, but create peace in your heart. From the entryway reset to the Bedroom Peace Project, each action is a small promise to yourself. I deserve calm. I deserve clarity. I deserve rest. Edith's journey shows us what's possible. She began with one small corner, and now her Sundays feel lighter, her week flows smoother, and her evenings bring her rest instead of stress. But here's the most important part. This routine only works if you start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't tell yourself you'll do it someday. This is your invitation to reclaim your home and your peace of mind, one Sunday at a time. If this video spoke to you, take a moment now to like it, subscribe to Reset for Seniors, and share it with a friend who deserves a calmer kinder home too. And tell me in the comments, which step are you going to try first this Sunday? Remember, decluttering isn't about losing things, it's about gaining freedom, health, and the joy of living in a home that feels like you again. So let's begin together this Sunday.